I'm Ron Futrell with Liberty.com and Tea Party HD. Jim Keet, Republican gubernatorial candidate, is with us right here, right now.
Governor sounds better.
We'll go with the next governor of Arkansas with us right here, right now. Tea Party Express getting ready to set up here and roll. They're behind us right now. Howard Kalugian up on the stage. He's going to be talking in a moment. Most of the crowd is right over here, so if you don't see anybody behind me, don't be alerted. They're all over there, and most of them wearing red, so I feel a little bit out of place in this.
That's okay.
Go Hogs, huh?
You notice a lot of that is Jim Keet red.
Oh, that's Jim Keet red. I thought it was Arkansas Razorback red.
No, it's both. It's both.
Amazing how that works. You pick
That's right. That wasn't a coincidence.
The Tea Party. Now you're running for governor here in Arkansas right now as a Republican. Your opponent, something interesting going on in West Virginia right now with the governor up there backing up from what he had previously said about the health care bill. Your opponent, from what I understand, is full speed ahead with Obamacare. Is that correct?
I think it would be more accurate to say is full on in reverse from Obamacare. He would not take a position on it as it was being discussed. The people of Arkansas to say I am against it until after it passed and became law. Then he said I wouldn't have voted for it. Well, that's not leadership.
No, that's not leadership. That's okay. Yeah.
When I challenged him to join the lawsuit with, at the time, 14 other states, he demurred and said we can't defy the federal government.
Wait, no. The governor of a state said we can't defy the federal. Does he understand the role of the states in federalism? You talked about it up there. Federalism is at risk right now in this country.
Well, that's exactly right. He compared it to 1957, which was a very dark time in our history. The Little Rock school crisis embarrassed us across the entire world in the Washington Post and other publications. The bottom line is we very much disagree on that. I've never been the Attorney General. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm a student of history. And I do know there's a huge difference between settled law, as was the case in 1957, and a law that has never been tested constitutionally. And as the chief executive officer, you have the obligation, and not just the right, the obligation to challenge any law that you think is not unconstitutional, or you think is unconstitutional. And not only that, but it's a job killer at a time that in this country, we simply can't afford more unemployment.
Jim, right now we are traveling the country. We're about midway through this tour right now, and most places we talk to, I ask them what are the big local issues. Certainly jobs, the economy comes up first and foremost. Would you be in agreement with that here in Arkansas? What concerns the people in Arkansas? What's key in your election right here?
Well, there's no question that both in Arkansas and across the country, economic development, jobs is the number one issue. Here in our state, we have lost about 45,000 private sector jobs, while we have added over we need to be aggressive about pursuing policies in the state of Arkansas and in our country that make it competitive internationally. In Arkansas specifically, we have a tax structure that repels tax to our state. We have too many rules and regulations that make us the 39th most business-friendly state in the country. We can change those things almost immediately, and we need to have that kind of a mentality both in Arkansas and our country so that we are once again really competitive internationally.
Well, you're a local businessman. You know how to get jobs. You know how to build jobs, create jobs, make jobs. Businessmen sort of do that. Amazing because it works for everybody. Isn't that what a novel concept there, huh?
That's right. Well, I've served in the House and the Senate, but I've been away from politics for 14 years. But when I saw what was going on in our country and saw the challenges that we are facing, saw things like Obamacare, the spending spiraling out of control, and then our state, frankly, is kind of a microcosm of that. It was time to get back involved. So, yes, I do know how to create jobs. I've helped create hundreds of jobs for Arkansans. I know how to make tough decisions because I've run companies up to 2,600 people. So I understand how to be an executive that has to make tough decisions. That's what I'm going to do as governor.
All right, football team's 5-2 right now. Go Hogs. Good win over Ole Miss last week, huh?
Well, I'll tell you what, we really should be at least 6-1. We've had a couple of bad calls. Everybody always says that. We really did. And we had a half of one quarter that was bad. Other than that, we played magnificent football. we'll end up in the top 15 for sure at the end of the year, maybe in the top 10.
Good Vandy coming up this weekend, and you play in the toughest conference in the country, period. There's no question about where the SEC stands. You know, the other conferences could talk, but I know the SEC is tough, great college football, certainly.
Well, it is, and we're very proud of being in that conference. We're even going to be prouder when, through some miracle, Auburn loses a couple of games. We've got a shot at playing a great bowl this year. Maybe not a BCS because of 2 losses, but Razorbacks have a lot of faith in what's going on in this team and in our coach. We're going to be a real force this year.
All right, Jim Keet, thank you very much. Good luck to you in your run for governor here in the state of Arkansas. And thank you for having us here. No, this is fun.
We're happy to have you here. You'll have to come back in 2 years.
Okay, we will. Yes, we will indeed. There's that other election going on, and we'll talk to you as governor at that time. Okay, Jim Keet, candidate for governor, Republican candidate for governor here in the state of Arkansas. I'm Ron Futrell with Liberty.com and Tea Party HD. The crowd, like I said, most of it is to this direction of me. We're at a place called the Blue Suede Shoes Antique Mall here in Arkansas. Little Rock, Arkansas is where we are at. And so great flavor here, great fun here, a large spirited crowd here in Little Rock, Arkansas greeting us here tonight. We'll take you to the stage now as the Tea Party Express rolls on. We're about halfway through our tour around the country, which will wrap up November 1st in Concord, New Hampshire. So there's still a long ways to go, and we'll bring it to you live on the web, Liberty.com, Tea Party HD. So let's see, who do we have up there? We've got Amy up front, so let's go ahead and turn it over to her up on the stage. We'll be talking to more of the people here in the crowd as this rally continues.